to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look that you see here. I feel like it's really colorful, very fun. It kind of gives me Gwen Stefani vibes, very edgy. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I hope you guys do too. Everything will be linked down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's dive on in and get ready for the day. I've already applied my skincare, by the way. I will have it linked down below in case you guys are interested, and I've already applied my SPF, so we're just going to jump on in and apply foundation. And for today, I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, and this is the full coverage foundation with a natural finish, and this is in the shade 240 Warm, and I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics airbrush complexion brush. This is the 115. I've already applied 2 pumps of foundation on my brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and lightly apply it on the top of my cheekbones, or maybe not lightly, but like heavily, just because that's where I'm looking to cover the hyperpigmentation. That's where I need the most coverage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let it sit there for a bit, and then lightly dab the excess foundation that I have on all around my skin. And I'm just gonna let it sit just a little bit before I go in and blend everything out, just because I really wanna make sure it dries and there's enough coverage on the top of my cheekbone. Just finished applying on my foundation, and 2 pumps of this foundation was more than enough. It definitely gave me so much coverage on the top of my cheekbone, so I'm so happy, just because I've been noticing that because of the warmer weather, my hyperpigmentation does flare up and get a little bit darker. So that is the only thing. So I was looking for something a little bit thicker and the consistency that's going to give me a little bit more coverage, and this was the perfect foundation for that. So I personally really love it. It has a really nice finish as well. I also dragged the foundation down lightly on the neck area just to make sure everything is really blended really well together. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Sand, and this is in the matte finish. This is my all-time favorite concealer, you guys. It has really nice coverage. I love the undertone to it, and the price is so good. So I'm going to go in and apply this all around, and I like to apply under the eye area, down the bridge of the nose, forehead, upper lip, and underneath the chin. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out using my sponge, just because I feel like I already have enough coverage that I don't need to use a brush to, you know, add a little bit more coverage to the top of my cheekbone. So I'm just going to use my Sonia, I forget how to pronounce the brand, I think it's Kashook, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend out my concealer all around. After I've blended out the concealer, I'm going to go in with the Ciate London. This is called the Extraordinary Translucent Powder, and I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics brush and pick up a little bit of this powder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set the areas on my face where I've applied concealer. And this is just going to help brighten and set everything into place. So I'm just going to go ahead and dab it on the chin area, upper lip, and under the eye area. Now for our face powder, you guys, we're gonna go in with the MAC Studio Fix. This is in the shade C4. I'm gonna be going in and using my Urban Decay. This is called the Large Tapered Powder Brush. This is F103. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of powder and then apply it on the top of my cheekbones. And that's basically where I need a little bit more coverage, since I do have hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheekbones. And then whatever I have left on my brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and dab the powder all around. Also, don't forget your neck area, just because you want everything to look really blended, and you don't want it to look like you have one color, one situation going on the top, and the rest doesn't, you know, match. Now we're gonna do one of my favorite things, you guys, and that is bronze our face. I'm gonna go in with my BH Cosmetics brush, and this is actually a face brush, but I just love the finish it gives on my skin. I feel like it gives it a really soft finish than a harsh kind of like contour. So I'm gonna go in with our Benefit Earth Angel 4-Scope palette. I actually did a review video on this, and I haven't stopped using it ever since. So we're gonna go in to our Hoola bronzer right here in the corner side. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this bronzer, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze on the side of the cheekbone, down the side of the forehead, and jawline area, and then I'm gonna bring whatever I have left over down the neck area as well, just to make sure everything is looking really seamless and looks, you know, cohesive. I just finished bronzing up my face. I drew in my brows. I went in with the Marc Jacobs. This is called the Brow Wow Duo. One end is a brow gel, and the other end is a brow pencil. And then to set my brows into place for clear brow gel, I went in with the XX Revolution Clear Brow Gel. It is used to be clear. Obviously, it is now dirty because I've had it for quite some time, but I applied that on my brows. And then obviously obviously for eyeshadow primer, I went in with my favorite eyeshadow primer right now. It is a Juvia's Place Eye Prep Eye Prime eyeshadow primer, and this is in the shade 2, and I applied it all around the lid. Now for our eyes, I'm gonna go into our BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. They discontinued this, so it's no longer available. I'm pretty sure it's no longer available, but there is a one eyeshadow that I really love in this palette that I felt like would work really well for today's look. So we're gonna jump into Sand, and it's this really pretty off-white eyeshadow. As you can tell, I've already used it so much, I'm already hitting pan. So I'm gonna go in with a fluffy shadow brush, pick up a little bit of that shadow and lightly apply it all around the lid. Keep in mind you can use any kind of off-white shadow that you have available to you, but this one specifically I really liked and wanted to use for today's look. So just go ahead and apply it all around the lid, and then we'll move on to our transition shade. Now for our transition shade, I actually changed my mind, and we're gonna go back into the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. I'm gonna go into Sand. It's this really pretty caramel brown shade, and I'm gonna apply it within the crease of the lid and lightly dilute it. We don't want it to be too pigmented, but just pigmented enough to transition the color we're gonna apply on the lower lid area. So I'm gonna go in with my shading brush, pick up a little bit of that shadow, and then lightly apply it all around the crease of the lid, doing windshield wiper motions. Next, we're gonna go into our LA Girl Main Stage Desert Dream eyeshadow palette. They sent this to me in PR, and I've been dying and waiting for a moment to create a look with this palette, and I absolutely love the color story. It is so fun and very colorful. You guys know here on my channel, I'm not a very colorful person, but I absolutely love this blue eyeshadow, and I feel like it's gonna go really well with the top that I'm currently wearing. So we're gonna go in, pick up a little bit of this blue, apply it all around the lid, and then we'll go in eventually and blend everything out. But right now, just pick up a little bit of that blue, apply it all around the lid. All right, guys, really quickly, after you applied the blue shadow all around the lid, go back with a blending brush. This one is from Farrah. This is the mini tapered blending brush, and you're just gonna pick up a little bit of that blue shadow and then just lightly blend out the edges. I did notice that when you go in and blend everything out, the color kind of fades away and goes away. So I did find myself having to go back in and apply on color again, just to, you know, give that color and vibrance to the look that we've created. But so far, so good. I've already blended everything out. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye, and then we'll move on to our next step. What I'm gonna go ahead and do next, I'm gonna go in and apply on some winged liner. I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl Jet Setter liquid liner in the shade Black. I absolutely love this liner. It is really pigmented, it dries really quickly, and you have a lot of control of how thin or thick you want your liner to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera just because it's been a hot second since I've done a winged liner and I don't want to ruin it. So I'll be back in a bit, and then we'll move on to the next step for our eyes. Finished doing my winged liner. By the way, it took me forever to do. I was struggling, so I'm really happy that I didn't film that part. But then I actually got really creative and went in with the BH Cosmetics Oh My God glitter. I'm not sure if this is still available, but I got this at Ulta, and this is the shade called Illuminating? I think that's what it's called. The words are really small and I don't have my glasses on right now. So it's a really pretty shimmery silver, and I applied it on the edge of the winged liner and the corner of the kind of little curve of the winged liner. So I think it looks really pretty, very colorful. I'm gonna go ahead and guys and smoke out my bottom lash, because you guys already know that I love to smoke out my bottom lash. I'm actually gonna pick up a little bit of this darker blue right above the shadow that we've applied on all around the top of our lid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly apply it on the lash line, dabbing it all around, just because you don't want to rub it, especially because I find this eyeshadows to be, you know, a little bit of fallout, especially because they're so pigmented, and certain colors for some reason are just a little bit more complicated or a little bit more tricky to use. So just pick up a little of that shadow and then dab it on the lash line. Now that we've applied on the blue on our lash line area, I'm gonna go ahead and use my blending brush that we were using earlier to blend out the edges. And then I'm gonna go in to our BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette, pick up a little bit of Canyon that we used earlier in the crease of the lid. And on the bottom lash line area, we're just gonna go ahead and blend out that edge and add a little bit of that brown. Hey guys, so I have finished on my eyes, and I went in with the LA Girl. This is called the Pastel Dream Auto eyeliner, and this is in the shade Marshmallow, and I applied it in the inner lining of the eyes just to brighten up our eyes a little bit more. And then for mascara, obviously I went in with my all-time favorite mascara. This is by Apple Mascara. This is a Super Lash Mascara, and I have it linked down below in case you guys are interested. And I obviously use my Shiseido eyelash curler to curl my lashes. But that is basically it, you guys. We are done with our eyes, and honestly I really love how the look turned out. It's really pretty, very girly. I'm gonna go in now and apply on some blush to, you know, warm up our face. For blush, I'm gonna go into the Laura Mercier. This is called the Standing Ovation Cheek Palette. I'm gonna go use this really pretty, like, orangey, peachy blush shade. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit of this blush, apply it on the top of the cheekbones, dabbing it all around, blending it into the skin. And I just feel like this color will look really nice with the look that we've created for today. Just very, like, vintage and give a little bit of that brightness and warmth. Hey guys, I have finished getting ready, and the lip combo that I actually went in and applied on, I went in with a KK Beauty lip liner in 90s style, and then I went in with the NYX. This is a Shine Loud Gold Crusher, it's shade Gold Crusher, and then I applied the lip color and the shine over it. I didn't apply too much of a shine because I didn't want it to be too much, but I absolutely love how it all turned out, you guys. It looks really, really nice. I actually went in and applied a little bit of highlighter on the center of my nose, just the tip of my nose, and I went into the Desert Oasis palette and I just applied a little bit of this bronzy highlighter and mixed it in with Mirage, this little kind of like pink undertone kind of like highlighter that they have in this palette. And that is basically it for today's look, and I absolutely love how it all turned out. It's really edgy, very colorful, very fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any video suggestions, comment down below, ask away. I'm always looking for video ideas, and everything obviously will be linked down below in case you guys are interested. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys all in my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye!